You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Nerds!
Sports, the infinite frontier. These are the rants, opinions, and discussions of the one and the only Sports Nerds. Their mission, to talk about the major headlines in sports news, drink beer, curse loudly, and heavily criticize their favorite teams. To boldly rant where no man has ranted before. And now, here are your nerds. Philip Ford.
Who's scruffy looking?
Max Andrews.
Yes, thank you, God. I hope they burn in hell.
And Tom.
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports Nerds.
Yo.
I'm here with Carf via satellite. And because I'm kind of an idiot and kind of an asshole, I didn't realize we were talking on text and not the Sports Nerds chat. So Philip does not know that we are even doing this right now.
Oh. We should let him know.
Yeah, I did. I was like, hey, what are you doing right now?
You feel like chatting?
Well, I mean, I think he's moving up into town here in some months. So, you know, this is just punishment until he gets up here. It's like, hey, man, if you lived in town, we could just make this happen all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's mostly his fault.
I totally agree. Then it's good, you know, and he's a Florida fan too, so you know that's two strikes already.
My hopes and prayers are with him this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, but we are Florida fans today. We're a lot of fans today.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm wearing my yeah. We're doing this, and we're doing Trojans, and we're doing Tar Heels.
Tar Heels, woo! Let's
3 teams.
Tar Heels, yeah.
Need to hit at least 2 of them. We get 2 of them, I think we'll be all right. But yeah, we need all the luck we can get for the Ohio State University to get in the college football playoff and properly defend their title.
If we somehow magicked our way back into the national championship fucking playoffs, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna spend like $5,000 on jerseys.
Yeah, it'll be crazy in the college football world. I mean, you're just gonna have. I can just see it now. Just everyone's just gonna be divided. You know. Oh, they didn't even play in the conference title game, and they got beat at Michigan State at home, and they didn't play anybody.
Everyone else got 2 losses.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, man. I hope it happens just to see, you know, the whole system turned on its head, and you know, and eventually, you know, it'll wake people up saying, you know, we need more than 4 teams in this playoff. I think 8's the way to go, but I think we're a few years away from that because I believe right now they have like a television deal in place for these 4 playoff games or whatever. So I think once that TV deal's up, they're going to expand it. So, but
these people are stupid, man. Why would you sign a multi-year TV deal? Like they need to cash out per year so they can, you know.
I don't know. I think it might be to like rotate the different playoff games to different venues and shit like that. Maybe. You know, so it's like New Orleans gets it 1 year and California gets it another year type of deal. So
and fuck all that shit. You have it in Ohio at the NFL Hall of Fame every year. Bring it all back home.
You're preaching to the choir, man. I'd love to see like the first round of playoff games be home games. So you can see a home game in the Shoe or a home game, you know, in the Big House or in, you know, the Rose Bowl, you know.
You're wrong, dude. They should just play all the playoff games at the Shoe. I agree.
In the snow.
In the snow, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's Ohio. It could be 83 one of those days. You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, since we're talking about college football here, let's just start off with that. Right now it is today is the conference championship weekend.
Woo! We're not doing
since
shit.
The Big 12 technically doesn't have a conference championship. Oklahoma won it by default last week, so the two Big 12 teams today. I'm watching Texas is prison raping Baylor right now, 17-0 first half. Baylor is down to its fourth string quarterback, and they were showing this guy on the sidelines like he doesn't know how to take a snap under center. Like he was practicing taking snaps under center. Like it was embarrassing. Baylor, I really hate Baylor as much as I like their uniforms and their style of offense. I mean, they were whiny bitches last year, and they were whiny bitches again this year.
Well,
and it just goes to show they don't have enough depth, man. Four-string quarterback, they can't get shit done.
Last year, I feel like they had a legitimate complaint with them trying to cram TCU up there. Baylor did kind of get snuffed. It was like, hey, we beat TCU. That was But
I mean, I agree. Yeah, they should have been ranked higher in TCU, but I don't think they should have got to the playoff though. But
no. I mean,
but another game going on right now is Houston versus Temple in the American Athletic Conference, I believe it is called. Houston's pummeling them. I think it's like 22-3, 19-3, something like that.
Houston. Oh my God! Please come back.
I know.
Please come back.
He ain't coming back, man.
I know.
He's actually been offered Herman. He's been offered a lot of coaching jobs. They wanted him at South Carolina, Georgia, and he's holding out, I guess, till next year. He's hoping, I think, that they fire the Texas coach, Charlie Strong, and Tom Herman will go to Texas, which I think would be awesome because he'll definitely resurrect that program. And I think you could see like Urban Meyer and Ohio State, facing off with, Tom Herman in Texas, in the oncoming years here. I think it'd be sweet.
Sounds good to me. None of that.
Why not?
Because, I mean, like, what? No, here's the idea. He gets pissed off at Houston. Ohio State offers him like $10 billion. He comes back. We win national championships for like 7 years.
Or Urban Meyer leaves to go coach the Browns, and then when they hire Herman back.
Why would you wish that on Urban Meyer? Why would you want his career to die in Cleveland?
They're saying the rumor is that the Browns are in the middle of making an offer that would make Urban Meyer the highest paid coach in NFL history.
That's not going to help you. You're still not going to win a Super Bowl.
It means Johnny Manziel will stick around to run his spread offense. So,
dude, Johnny Football, you even want that kid around?
I don't know anymore, man. I'm just numb to the whole situation. Well, let's not talk about the Browns right now. We talk about them later in the show.
Yeah.
Back to college football. Tonight we got Stanford versus USC. Stanford beat USC very early in the year. And that was when they still had Sarkisian coaching USC, and now he's gone. They got the new head coach. They made him the official head coach a couple weeks ago. And he is got the players playing hard for him down there at USC. I think USC is riding a lot of momentum right now, and I think they could definitely beat Stanford. I think that could definitely happen today.
I mean, I'm hoping. I would love to see Ohio State get back in there just because, like, yeah, if you see 4 upsets today, just to see it, like, how awesome would that be? And then, who to send to the thing, and they have to hurry up and make a quick provisional 8-team playoff just so that there aren't riots in the streets at every college.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think it
would be like. Yeah, it would be like when Ohio State played for the national title against LSU, when like everybody lost the last week of the year, and then it bumped Ohio State back up to 1, and then it put LSU at 2, and then it was just kind of like are these really the 2 best teams, or But it's like they kind of just put them both in there by default. So it was, I think we could definitely see a sequel to that this weekend if all hell breaks loose. So we got USC Stanford. We also got Alabama versus Florida. Now, unfortunately, I think Alabama is going to beat Florida, but Florida does have a pretty good defense. Anything can happen. So I'm hoping Florida pulls it out, but I think Bama's going to take it.
I mean, we have seen a lot of crazy. And I mean, like, this year has been chock full of like craziness at the end of some games, but I don't know that Florida can. What's the running back's name for Alabama?
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that guy's a monster. He's ridiculous. Like they line up these poor guys in front of this dude all the time, and then they expect him to do something.
They're gonna give this guy. They're gonna give that fucker the ball 50 times. He's gonna score like 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. Slam dunk the Heisman Trophy in his back pocket. It's.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to walk like all of 10 steps after his college career, but it'll be glorious.
Yeah. He'll be just like every other Alabama running back, though, man. They get to the pros, they can't do shit.
That's what I'm saying, man, because you're running them 50 times a game, you're killing them.
Yeah, that's all they got. And really, Alabama, that's all they have. Their defense isn't that great. Their quarterback play sucks. The only thing they got going for them is Derrick Henry. And, I mean, I think Alabama will get exposed in the playoff. And, I mean, early on when they had Alabama, too, and they released the rankings and stuff like that, I was like, okay, I understand it. And, I saw Alabama, bitch slap LSU up and down the field. But just watching them play these last few weeks here, it's like Alabama seems pretty overrated. And I think they should be ranked 4th, if anything. I mean, I really do. I mean, yeah, they're the best team in the SEC, but just because you're the best team in the SEC, I mean, I don't think that means the same as it has in the past. The SEC has looked like shit. Really has.
True. I don't know that I'd say Alabama should be ranked 4th though.
Yeah.
That seems a bit harsh.
Well,
I mean, even if all they're doing is riding Henry, even if that's all they're doing, the kid is so good that's fine. Like you don't need it.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying there, and it was kind of like, I mean, that was basically what LSU was doing with Fournette. I mean, they were riding Fournette's coattails, and LSU was ranked number 2 for a while. And then what happened? They played Alabama, who was probably the best team they played all year, and they got spanked. And so I just think, I think you need more. I mean, in college basketball, you can ride one player to a title. I don't think you can do it in college football. I mean, it's great to have that one player, but you got to have a really good supporting cast. I mean, Buckeyes rode Ezekiel Elliott last year to the title, but Cardale Jones played all right. The defense played pretty good. They had help along the way. So I just don't see all those other components really for Alabama. And I can't wait till the playoffs, man, and watch Alabama get stomped. I can't wait for them to get a taste of their own medicine.
Everyone was talking mad game about Alabama last year, and we all saw who came away with the championship with that.
That's right.
But, I don't know. Bama's always a team I'm afraid of. Even when they are overrated, I feel like sometimes they live up to the hype just, for shits and giggles.
Yeah. I mean, they do got Saban, so, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have one of the greatest college football coaches ever. So
he's only arguably one of the greatest football coaches of all time.
Yeah. He's just in that upper tier of 5 different, 5 people,
You can't definitively put the, greatest college coach, tag on anybody. So he's only, arguably one of the greatest.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, he might be in the Mount Rushmore, of greatest college coaches. Like him, Woody Hayes, and Bear Bryant, and Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
But okay, enough talk about the SEC. I'm going to throw up. They got the ACC championship tonight as well. We have number 1 Clemson versus number 10 North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, man. I got Carolina blue underwear on right now, man. I'm all for it. I think Carolina. I think if besides, I think my number 1 upset tonight would be USC over Stanford, but I think my number 2 upset tonight that could definitely happen would be North Carolina over Clemson. North Carolina, their resume isn't that good to catapult them into the top 4, but they've been playing really good, and their offense is on point right now. Clemson has been close to getting beat a few times now. They were close against Notre Dame. They were close against Florida State. I think they're very beatable, and I wouldn't be surprised if North Carolina does it tonight.
North Carolina's been playing with some freaking matches lit under their heels, man. They've had a crazy good season, especially for them. And I hope they do it. It would be cool to see the surprise right now. I think that's the bigger upset than USC over Stanford. I think North Carolina beating Clemson would shake the foundations of college football.
Oh, totally. Given the fact that Clemson has been number 1 all year, and North Carolina's just basically just kind of come out of nowhere. I think that would be obviously a bigger impact. But
people are going to be like, wait a minute, North Carolina is playing Clemson and everyone's interested. This isn't basketball. What's going on?
Yeah. North Carolina is a football team? Peter Pan's got kids? What the hell?
Nobody knows what's going on anymore. Basketball's football, football's basketball.
It's crazy, man. But
Houston's on. Or no, they lost once. They lost once.
Who?
I was just talking about Houston. God, I miss that guy. One loss. They go like, who would have ever heard of Houston? And now they're just like sitting on one loss.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that they're gonna get like so much more. They're gonna like get all new facilities and stuff like that because of him. You know, they'll get new athletic department and stadium add-ons and new workout facilities, and then he's gonna bolt.
Hey man, if they're smart, they'll cash in while they can. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess they signed him to an extension or whatever, but Texas will come calling. If not Texas, maybe USC already got their coach now. Somebody else will come calling, man. But yeah. So that's the ACC. And then we got the last, but definitely not least, the Big Ten title game. Big Ten, baby. Michigan State Spartans against the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think Michigan State's going to kill them. I really do. But it could be – I think it's either going to be two things. It's either going to be a blowout by Michigan State or it's going to be just a slobber knocker of a game, which I'm hoping it's going to be like a slobber knocker, like a 13-10 type of game, type of deal. Just tough defense, running the football, not a lot of quarterback play. But I do think Michigan State's going to take this.
I feel like this is Iowa's first game this entire year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Who else have they played?
They beat Northwestern, who's a ranked team. And they beat Wisconsin, who's a ranked team, which I think Wisconsin is ranked. I think Wisconsin getting ranked is like a pity fuck. I think it's like, well, Wisconsin's kind of good usually, so we'll put them in the top 25. Like,
why not?
So it's Wisconsin, man. But yeah, Iowa. Besides those two games, Iowa really hasn't played anybody. But it's nice though to see an undefeated Iowa team. As Big Ten, being in the Big Ten, it's nice to finally see some other teams step up besides Ohio State. Carry the flag, even though we should be playing in this game tonight. We're not, but because they didn't give Zeke the goddamn ball. It's nice to see though, another Big Ten team that's undefeated. And in Northwestern and Wisconsin still are ranked. Michigan's still ranked. So we got 6 teams in the top 25. So I think the Big Ten is coming back, man. Yeah.
This year I feel like that definitely we're not to majority yet. 2 more teams and we're a majority of the Big Ten is ranked. All we got to do is get 2 more motherfuckers to pick themselves up, quit looking like a hot mess. But no, Iowa, they have been playing. They haven't played anybody really, but they have been playing pretty well against nobody. So
yeah,
is that. I would like to. I don't know. I kind of want to see Iowa take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe because Michigan State can eat a dick. But yeah, Iowa win it.
Well, as a college football fan, as an Ohio State fan, we need Michigan State to beat Iowa because if Iowa beats Michigan State, then that automatically is going to keep Michigan State ahead of Ohio State. You know what I mean?
I get it for the numbers, but
So if Michigan State loses, but then again, they'll have 2 losses as opposed to our 1. But I don't know, man. I don't know what those fuckers in that room are going to be thinking. But I mean,
I don't.
Hopefully, I think we're going to get a good game. But I could also see a blowout.
Yeah, definitely. Michigan State's had a few hairy games, and they've been known to hang on to the bitter end and take victory from the clutches of defeat.
Yeah, against Michigan with the botched punt.
That was a thing of beauty. That was.
Yeah. And who blew out Michigan? Who ran over Michigan for 300+ yards last week? Some team did. I forget who.
The whole year, all we had was a plan to play Michigan. And, it mostly worked for almost all the other teams we played except for Michigan State. And then, So now when we finally got to use our plan against Michigan, they're like, you see what happens when we make a plan and we stick to it? And we're like, yeah, next time do that for fucking all 14 games and we'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think Urban Meyer was just – I think this whole idea of trying to save Zeke for the end of the year and this whole idea of, he wants to get everybody the ball. And it's like, you know what? Don't try to make everybody happy. I mean, you'll make everybody happy by winning the whole damn thing, going undefeated, back-to-back titles. Like, everyone will be happy. Trust me. I don't care if they get their touches or not. But it's like, oh, we got to make sure Braxton gets the ball. Got to make sure Jalen Marshall gets the ball. Got to make sure Michael Thomas gets the ball. Got to make sure Zeke gets the ball. Got to keep Cardale happy. Got to keep JT happy. We got to throw it to Nick Van Nett too. We can't forget about him. He's our tight end. And it's like, dude, just give it to 2 or 3 guys, and then eventually that'll open everything up for everybody else. But it's like this trying to force feed individual players just backfired against the Buckeyes, against Michigan State, man. And not to mention that it also was pouring down rain too, freezing rain.
No, we should have played better.
Urban Meyer hates playing in weather like that. But I don't know.
Well, he's got a heart condition, Leave him alone.
You're very thoughtful.
Yeah. He's on the brink right now of death. Okay, he's
literally on his deathbed.
Dude, he's giving himself to the Ohio State. So all we can do is really show him our gratitude. You're looking a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Ungrateful right now.
No, I'm very grateful that he's here, but it's just that I don't know. I just think he's mismanaged this season though a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. You can definitely tell with the loss of the offensive coordinator that things aren't meshing the way they could. I mean, the Michigan game proved it to me. I was just like, what? I mean, everything's firing on all cylinders. We were looking good. Everything happened the way it should. Up by 35 points by halftime. Give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But Buckeyes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got as far as college football goes. I mean, we'll see what happens here, and we'll report back to everyone next week here and give our thoughts about the selection.
Oh yeah.
But let's talk about some NFL here. Had a crazy one there Thursday night there, Packers-Lions.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. The Lions jumped out to a 20-0 lead in the first half. And I mean, the Packers looked dead in the water. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. And then just little by little, the Lions just gave them the game back. And then right at the end there, you can call, it might have been a questionable face mask call, but I mean, the guy put his hand on his helmet. His head did whip back a little bit. It's a bang play. You can't challenge penalties. You got to throw the flag there. But dude, the Lions totally blew that last play, man. They totally blew it. They let Rodgers get outside and just get a running start and just fucking launch that ball.
Yeah. Sometimes you forget he's got a cannon on there.
Yeah. Sometimes you forget he's Aaron Rodgers.
That was, I mean, you don't get to see the classic Hail Mary very often. And this is an extra play, going no time on the clock, last play of the game, super ultra thunder Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And the dude, Rogers to Rogers, he catches the ball. That's ridiculous. Like Gumble to Gumble. Or was it not Gumble? Bryant to Bryant, right? That's what it was?
No, it's Gumble to Gumble.
Gumble to Gumble. Okay, yeah. So there we go. Yeah, Rogers to Rogers, man. It was crazy. And then I like how you picked that tight end up in our fantasy league and sat him on the bench, and he scored 20 points.
Yeah, you know what? And he's on my bench in my other league too. And I need to win both of these games to get in the playoffs, and I sat that guy on the bench for Gary friggin' Barnage. Gary Barnage better have the game of his life with our third-string quarterback, Austin Davis, which he won't. The Bengals are going to just take a big dump all over the Browns.
You sat Aaron Rodgers tight end.
Richard Rodgers, not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but that's Aaron Rodgers' tight end. That's the guy he's going to in a pin. Versus,
and I should have known better. I should have known better. I mean, the whole game, the whole season. I mean, if anyone's watched the Green Bay Packers all year, their receivers have not been able to get separation, get open. They're really missing Jordy Nelson this year with his torn ACL. And so, they finally went over the middle to the tight end. And, Richard Rodgers, 8 catches, 160 yards,
and
2 fucking touchdowns.
They gave him extra points for it being like a Hail Mary, like, long shot. I can't believe he caught that ball catch, didn't they? It's like 7
Yeah.
that happens.
Something like that. It's usually like if you catch a pass, like, more than 40 yards or more than 50 yards, like, they usually get a point or two. So
that was unbelievable effort by the Packers. Great game, good football, but yeah, man, Lions, what happened, man? And Calvin Johnson, catch more balls, please. Could you just do my fantasy football team a favor and catch more touchdown passes, please?
Yeah, Calvin Johnson blew up last week on Thanksgiving, but
he did.
And then this week, he did all right the first half, but Packers defense, man, just shut them down second half, man. They couldn't do anything. But, Packers needed this win big time. They've been real sluggish, struggling.
They lost what?
So we'll see if it gets them on track. I don't think it will be. They benched Derrick Henry for some reason. Not Derrick Henry. Eddie Lacy. He was Alabama running back. He hasn't. He had back-to-back 100-yard games, and then they gave him the ball like 4 times, and they said, "Okay, go sit your ass down."
Hey, man, he's a bum.
Yeah, he's underperformed big time this year.
Yeah.
So that was the one game though this week so far, but we got some good matchups coming up this week.
You don't want to talk about your Browns?
We can talk about the Browns real quick. So I've just gotten numb to this. The Monday night game was the final straw for me. This whole hold on one second here. He's covering his face up with the blanket. Here we go.
Sorry, folks. Mike is with child, so he has to take care of these things as a good and loving father should.
All right. So
in our time.
blanket is off the face. All right. So, oh God, Browns are tied with the last play to go Monday Night Football against the Ravens to see who the shittiest team in the NFL is.
It's the Browns.
Well, first of all, Josh McCown went out right at the end of the game there.
All over the field.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah. They pulled McCown because he's dead. They keep playing him because they refuse to play Johnny Manziel. So McCown got hurt, and so instead of putting in Johnny Manziel, he's grounded. Johnny Manziel got grounded for the game. So no, Johnny, you can't go in because you said you were going to play. You said you weren't going to go drinking this weekend, but you ended up going drinking. So, it's not like he raped anybody. It's not like he killed anybody. It's not like, he got a DUI or anything like that. He was in a DJ booth drinking champagne with his peers.
Whatever, man. All you got to do is not drink. It ain't that hard.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is that he lied to the coaches. They're like, is this video of this weekend? He said no. And they said, okay, well, everyone else says it did happen this weekend. He's like, no, it didn't. And it's like, well, you're lying, so you're benched. So that was on Manziel. But so Austin Davis comes in, looks pretty good, goes 5 for 5, throws a touchdown pass, and then he leads them down the field for the game-winning field goal. 50-yard kick, gets blocked. You can debate whether or not the Ravens were offsides or not. Who gives a shit? Gets blocked. The guy picks it up, returns it all the way for a touchdown. No time left. Game over. Walk off. Kick 6. You can also argue whether or not he stepped out on his run back. Really, who cares, man? It's the fact of the matter that this happened. And I'm so tired of it. I mean, I got all my friends that are Browns fans that are like talking about like organizing a jersey burning party out in the parking lot outside of Cleveland Stadium. I mean, they're talking about picketing. They're talking about doing all this stuff. I'm like, you know what? Like, and then they act like they're like being revolutionaries about this. It's like, you know what? Like, people were doing this like last year and the year before that and the year before that. You ain't coming up with anything new. Like, everyone wants to do this every year. It's boring. It's not boring, but I'm just tired of hearing about all this crap. You know, I'm numb to it now, and I don't know how much longer I can take, man. It's just
to be fair, like, you got to just feel like every year there's another crop of Browns fans that have just reached the end of their rope. You know, so it's like we have these burnings every year just because it's like new people, fresh people who are just like, I've had enough. I've given my heart and soul to this team, and I can't take it anymore. I got to burn these jerseys. And they all get together and burn the jerseys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw the YouTube video or not of the guy that was at the game. He ripped his jersey in half.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was a brand new jersey, too. It was like the new shitty jerseys that they have, and he just went whoosh, right down the middle.
That's what's up.
And this other guy's just like, I fucking hate the Browns, man. He's like, I fucking hate the Browns so much. And it's getting ridiculous. Like I said earlier, there's rumors that they're going to make Urban Meyer this ridiculous contract offer, which I don't think Urban Meyer's coming to the NFL. His scheme does not fit. I really don't think any college coach really fits in the NFL.
Except for Chip Kelly.
Well, I think Chip Kelly's probably going to be on his way out, too. The Eagles look like shit.
What are you talking about? The Eagles are awesome.
Dude, they're terrible. They got rid of Shady McCoy. They got rid of Foles. They got rid of all these guys that ran his offense great. And now he's got all these, he's got hurt Sam Bradford, overrated DeMarco Murray. I don't know, dude. I just think, when it comes to college coaches, college coaches are always, that fire in the belly, the hard ass, who's a stickler and all that stuff. And that wears off in the NFL, man. You saw what happened with Jim Harbaugh. Those guys don't last very long because it's like it's this same hard ass, message, and then it just goes in one ear and out the other, man. It's just like, yeah, we heard you.
Same way.
So it's like, when it comes to college, those guys are gone in a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years. But in the pros, like, these guys are signed 5, 6, 7-year contracts, and it's like, yeah, we've heard this speech before. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard that saying before, and I've already seen you break a chair over your head before, type of deal,
That's still amazing every time when Harbaugh takes the chair. I saw.
But hey, man, we can keep Harbaugh. We can keep Harbaugh in college football forever, man. If we keep hanging 42 on him, that's fine with me.
Hey, man, even with that huge loss and the Michigan State loss, Harbaugh did so much better than the dude last year.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, totally, yeah. Hell, they were ranked most of the year. They had the second best defense until Ohio State rolled up on that ass.
Had that shit number, like, put that shit on the bathroom stall, you know what I'm saying?
How you like them apples? But, yeah, man, so the Browns, it's a fucking dumpster fire. It's been a dumpster fire. I did like the head coach, Pettin, but he looks like he is just, he's trying to make a point now, like, oh, we want to see what we have with Austin Davis. That's why we're not going to play Johnny against the Bengals. No, you don't like Johnny Manziel. That's why you're not playing him. Austin Davis, everyone knows what Austin Davis is. He's a decent backup quarterback. If Austin Davis was a franchise quarterback, he would not have left the Rams, the Brown, he wouldn't even have an opportunity to leave. Like, that's what people don't understand. It's like, you get these quarterbacks from other teams, and it's like 1 in 100 chance that they're going to be the guy. I mean,
It's like
okay, yeah, Drew Brees, had shoulder surgery when he left San Diego, and then went to New Orleans and just blew up. I mean, that was like the one time, but it's like it's never really happened. If you got a good quarterback, you're not going to let him go, whether he's first string or second string, man.
Yeah, I mean, and even still, Breeze was the first string quarterback in San Diego, and there's like, nah, you're kind of hurt. We don't think you're gonna do much. And then he was the first string quarterback in New Orleans. So it's like,
yeah, but I mean, like he was a free agent and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was just.
I'm saying, like when you have, like you're saying, the guy's a backup quarterback. Which again, there's nothing wrong with being a backup quarterback in the NFL because I can't do it. But yeah, I mean, once you're a backup, like you're oh god, who's the guy who came after Elway? What's his name? I'm forgetting.
Who?
The
Eli?
quarterback? Huh?
What are you talking about?
The quarterback who came after Elway.
Oh, who got taken after Elway in the draft, or
like in the pros after Elway retired?
After Elway retired. Oh God. Greasy?
Yeah, and you're just
Greasy?
like, yeah, Brian Greasy.
Yeah, then you guys got Cutler.
Yeah, but I mean, like we thought Cutler was a
Yeah.
quarterback. He's just a really, really good backup. But
Yeah.
but no, it's like that guy is always a second string quarterback. Like there's not ever going to be a point in time where Brian Greasy is not a second string quarterback. Like I don't care who you're starting, but that's not the truth about you. It's not the truth, Brian Greasy.
Yeah, it's like Brian Hoyer, man. Like all of these Browns fans, like we should have never got rid of Brian Hoyer. The Texans are fighting for a playoff spot with Brian Hoyer as the quarterback. Brian Hoyer wasn't even going to start this year. I mean, if it wasn't for Ryan Mallett showing up late for the plane ride to a football, to their away game, Brian Hoyer would be sitting on the bench right now. But he's the starter by default, and it's just they also have J.J. Watt, who's the best defensive player in the league, they're kind of carrying them. But, I mean, it's just hear all this, we should have never got rid of Brian Hoyer. Look, if Brian Hoyer was that good, we would have kept his ass. Yep. Regardless if it's been a first-round pick on Manziel or not. If Brian Hoyer was a franchise quarterback, he'd be playing in Cleveland this year. He would have never left New England.
All right.
If Brian Hoyer was that good, he would have never left the New England Patriots. He wouldn't have been a journeyman quarterback. He would have gone to fucking Arizona after that and all that bullshit, and then finally come to it drives me bonkers how these people think like, these backup quarterbacks, they just need a shot. It's like, no, they get a shot in practice against the number one defense. They run the scout team. That's what the backup does. Light it up, then they're gonna play. But apparently, they ain't lining it up. That's why they're a backup.
Also, if you're that hot on the heels backup quarterback, when you play, you need to light it up. Like,
yeah.
Like when a lot of these guys are squeak by a victory, and it's like, okay, well, we're winning games barely, but we're winning them. That's not enough. Like when the hard times come, it's not going to be enough. But
are you winning despite your bad quarterback play? Are you winning because of the quarterback play?
Right.
You got to look at.
Like the time Tim Tebow took us into the playoffs. I mean, go figure.
Yeah. I mean, it was not to mention that your defense was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And you had an amazing kicker.
Speaking about one of the greatest teams in the NFL, the Denver Broncos, how about Brock frickin' Osweiler beating Tom Brady single-handedly in a game of fisticuffs called NFL football on Sunday night?
That was an amazing game. I had so much pleasure watching that game. I was actually switching back and forth from that and The Walking Dead, and it was just amazing.
Oh, dude, no, that was great. I went into the game with real expectations. Hopefully, we just don't lose that bad, and Tom Brady doesn't hang like 50 points on. And then we're in it. The last play of the game, we're driving to kick the winning field goal. Give me a break. It was great. It was great, good stuff. I'm so happy for the Broncos. Doing good stuff over there. Peyton get better. Brock Osweiler just keep doing the good shit until we get a real quarterback.
Yeah, and people are like ready to crown Brock Osweiler the savior of Denver, and it's like he's the backup quarterback. Okay, like
he's not Aaron Rodgers. Like that
Yeah.
only happened the one time.
Yeah. Hold on a second here. I gotta.
You got a child. It's cool.
All right, hold on.
You do. All right. Well, when Mike's gone, we can talk about the new Batman trailer that dropped because I know you people are really interested in that. Damn it, he's back.
All right.
Hey, Nico.
Say what's up, guys. We're gonna talk some sports. So, but yeah, backup quarterbacks though. It's if they were good, they'd be starters. So
Right.
that's why they're the backup. But yeah, man. But so there's only one undefeated team left, Carolina Panthers. I can't believe how good they're playing.
You were just so very wrong.
Yeah. And it looks like, I mean, Cam Newton looks like the MVP, man. I mean, he's just been lighting it up, just throwing for touchdowns, running for touchdowns. And it doesn't matter who's playing receiver for them. Their defense, they got amazing DBs, and then they got Luke Kuechly in the middle, man, and he is just a monster. And, I mean, I think it's probably going to be probably either them or the Cardinals probably in the NFC going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I think those are probably the best two teams in the NFC.
Yeah, Cardinals are looking great. I think the Panthers probably have the edge on that. I think with their better defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and again, like we keep on saying, like who saw the Cardinals coming in? You're like geriatric Cardinals, and they're winning games.
Yeah. You had old man Palmer, and you got old man Larry Fitzgerald, and then you got old man Chris Johnson. But Chris Johnson's now out for the year. He broke his leg.
Yeah.
And then Andre Ellington, their backup running back's hurt. And so now they're down to their third running back. So I think that's probably going to hurt them, for the rest of the year. That lack of a running game, which they so desperately need to take pressure off Carson Palmer. But I think that's where the Panthers, I think Panthers have a better defense, and I think the Panthers got him in the running back department with Jonathan Stewart. But yeah, man. What do you think, Nico? He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's like, go Green Lantern.
He just wants to be held.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. All their news in the NFL. Nothing really. I really have to talk about. I mean, the matchups aren't really that great this week. Minnesota has a chance to take control of the division, which I'm a little surprised about how good Minnesota's doing. They play Seattle. I think that's probably going to be the one game I'm going to be watching, definitely. Seattle, Minnesota. Seattle's fighting to get a playoff spot, and Minnesota's trying to secure their spot. So it'll be a good game, I think. But
all right, we got Texans Bills.
Texans Bills, yeah, that'll be an interesting game to watch too. Both teams are hovering around 500, and trying to get a wild card spot, man. I mean, the AFC is up for grabs. I mean, if you're not the Broncos, the Patriots, or the Bengals, I mean, there's a bunch of other open spots just up for grabs, man. I mean, even the Colts aren't safe. I mean, I know Hasselbeck's been playing well for an old guy, but I don't think he can keep that up much longer, man.
Yeah, they got the Steelers this week, and I mean, the Steelers D isn't.
They're middle of the road, but I think since the Steelers they lost a close one last week against the Seahawks. That was a nail biter game. I think the Steelers are gonna be coming for blood, man. A lot of blood.
All right, we got the Packers versus the Lions. Who do you think's gonna win that one?
I think the Lions are going to jump out to a big lead, and then Aaron Rodgers is going to throw a Hail Mary on the last play of the game to win it.
Bold prediction, sir. Bold.
Hey, I just have a feeling about it.
All right. Oh, here we go. Classic game: Cowboys and Redskins.
That's a Monday night game, I think.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Redskins simply because Tony Romo is gone.
Didn't he break his collarbone twice this year?
Yes. Yeah. He's so done, man. I mean,
Why?
I think his career's done.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. Why would you you broke it twice in 1 year? I heard
Yeah.
that's like the worst one to break too.
Well, they need him desperately to come back there and play for them, so he's going to come back, early if he can, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's not how it works. You gotta let yourself heal, man, especially at his age and all the injuries he's had prior, man. I mean, this guy is locked to get hurt every year. Really, he is.
I think they always spend a little too much money on their their fancy receiving guns, and they need to beef up their line. You gotta.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm all about offensive line. I think that's the key to everything.
Oh, I totally agree. And they do have a good O-line. It's just that their running backs are shit. I mean, they really have some bad running backs, man. I don't know why the hell they didn't re-sign DeMarco Murray. I mean, he was the catalyst for why they were good last year.
Well, I think they were thinking that it wasn't because the offensive line made him look a lot better than he was, obviously, because he's not getting the same production that he was in Philadelphia. I think they were giving more credit to the line than obviously they deserved, because they can't just open up holes for anyone and have them run through like they thought it was. They're like, we can just plug our second string guy in here and it'll be fine. That's not
exactly.
But
it was a little bit of both. It's like, oh, our running back made our line look good, or was it our line that made our running back? It's running back made the line look. Yeah, it's vice versa. I think it's both. They need each other, and it's just not working.
Do you think the Eagles can upset the Patriots this week at New England?
No. If it's at New England, no. And there's no way the Patriots are going to lose back-to-back games, especially how much of a heartbreaker it was for New England last week.
Oh, dude, it was so awesome.
I mean, Tom Brady's already pissed. He's just going to be even more pissed. And even Gronk's out, Amendola's out, not Wes Welker, but what's the other guy's name? Julian Edelman's out. They're gonna find a way. I mean, he'll throw the water boy will suit up and he'll catch passes. That's just what Brady does, man. And not to mention that the Eagles have one of the worst pass defenses in the world, not just in the league, in the world. I think Brady's gonna carve him up at home, man.
All right, the last game that I think is worth mentioning is Panthers Saints. Do you think the Saints can pull off the crazy?
It's a division game, rivalry game, if you want to say it. Even though I don't think it really is a rivalry game, but everyone thinks since it's a division game, it's a rivalry game. But
let's throw it out there.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry
week. But I mean, logic tells you that the Panthers are going to roll them. I'm starting Cam Newton in DraftKings this week for that reason. I mean, the Saints' defense is just epically bad. I mean, they're so bad, just total defense. They're almost as bad as the Browns. But, it's in New Orleans, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're playing at home.
Okay. So, I mean, it's tough to get a win in New Orleans. I mean, regardless of how bad they are. But, I mean, and the Panthers are undefeated, so they are due for a loss. But, I mean, logic tells you that the Panthers are just going to go in there and hose them.
I mean, with the Panthers being undefeated, is now the time where do you think they start, playing Cam a little less? They're trying to, save the weapons that they got left. Just chump losing some games just to keep guys fresh. You think they're going to start doing that shit?
I mean, they might. I mean, and then again, I think it all depends on just their overall health of the players. Now, Cam Newton's, been walking around with a boot, on his off days or whatever, or if he's been, icing down his ribs more, or, if he's, nursing, little injuries here and there, then I'd say, yeah, that's going to happen. But, I mean, I don't know. I do think if it does happen, I think first what they want to do is probably secure their spot in the playoffs, which, I mean, they probably do. But, I mean, they probably already have their spot secure in the playoffs. But, I mean, technically, though, maybe they need to win a couple more games to solidify their first-round bye or whatever. And I think once they get their first-round bye, then they'll start resting players.
And that makes sense. Definitely. I'd rather have my first week off for sure, then we're so good it doesn't matter if we play or not. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, and then some people are opposed to, the whole resting players and then, getting the first round bye, and because it's like, well, they haven't been playing, they didn't play a game last week or whatever. And it's like, I think it works only if your guys are hurt and they need a week off, it's going to help.
Yeah.
But, if you're just giving them the week off, just give them the week off, I think that's where you can kind of lose your rhythm, lose your mojo a little bit.
Well, what would piss me off, and I can only speak as a Broncos fan, but we'd play, and this is before Peyton came to the Broncos, we'd play the Colts to get, in the wild card spot or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to play the Colts again, but this time we'd play the real Colts. It's a whole different game. You're like,
you beat Peyton Manning's backup, and then you have to actually play him.
Yeah, it's not the same, and it's not fun. I didn't like it. I don't. We good? Yeah, okay, we're still good. Yeah, no, it's. I can't say as a fan that I like it. I definitely understand the mentality, and it's that's just a way to work the system. If you can get your guys some rest, why wouldn't you? Especially with how much people get hurt and all the concussion protocols nowadays.
Yeah,
I definitely see some people doing it, but
totally.
Hopefully later than sooner.
Yeah, well, it's what screwed my Brownies out of a playoff berth back in 2007. They won 10 games, and they were going to go to the playoffs if the Titans lost on the last week of the season. The Titans were playing the Colts, and the Colts sat Peyton Manning, and then the Titans beat the shit out of the Colts. The Titans went to the playoffs, and the Browns didn't. It pissed me the hell off. But it's like, one league that does it a lot is the NBA, and I guess we can kind of use this to segue into the NBA. But San Antonio is notorious for doing this, the Spurs. That's why Tim Duncan's still, making all-star teams at, 40 years old or whatever. I don't know how old he is, but
Kobe's thinking about retiring. Tim Duncan's like, retire?
Oh, yeah. And then Kobe's gone. Kobe is this is Kobe's farewell tour. This is his last season. Which is, it's going to suck to see him go, but I watched a couple of Lakers games this year on TV, and he just doesn't have it anymore. He really doesn't. And I think he recognizes it, and I think it's it's good for Kobe to recognize that and to admit it. Some guys will be like, oh no, I'm just going through a bad streak or whatever. Kobe's like, no, man, I don't have it anymore. And
yeah,
I think Kobe
doesn't have the Tiger anymore. And he was talking about it at the beginning of the season, like, hey man, if I can't compete at the, this professional level, then I don't want to be doing it. It's like, I didn't come here to lose games and then sell tickets.
Yeah. But now that's what he's going to be doing, though, just to sell tickets, because everyone's going to want to come see Kobe's last game against, against Philadelphia, or Kobe's last, Kobe's last game in April, or Kobe's last,
Luckily, they play 8,000 games in basketball, so like there's gonna be plenty of opportunities to see Kobe's last. But
Kobe's last shit at Chicago Bulls Arena.
He signed up for this year, and he's playing it out. So there's that. Isn't he supposed to be on for another year though?
Yeah, he is signed for another year, but I don't think he'll. Obviously he won't get that money, but yeah, man. It is gonna be sad to see Kobe go, man. We were in friggin', I don't know if you were in grade school or not, but I was in grade school when he first came into the league, and God, now, out of college, I'm 30 now, and it's like, now Kobe, that's a long career, man. I didn't really, I was too young to really follow Jordan until like at the end of his career. And, Kobe, though, I think Kobe been the closest thing to Michael Jordan as we've seen. If anyone was going to follow Michael Jordan's footsteps, I think it was Kobe Bryant. Just not with the championships, and they played the same position, but they both had just that killer instinct, man. It was just like, you better get on my level, and if you're not going to get on my level, then the hell with you. And then, and I think LeBron is now starting to learn that. Since he came back to Cleveland, it was just like, hey guys, like, I'm going to be up here, and if you guys aren't with me, then, get the hell out.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is Michael and Kobe, when times get rough, they prove that they can carry the team. They'll just be like, okay, if you need me to score 70 points, I can do that. 12 assists, sure, why not? Like,
Yeah.
they do that thing. LeBron, has been shown to be kind of like crumbly when the serious pressure hits. But I think that's the only thing where, yeah, Kobe and Michael have it over LeBron is that they never really hit that crumble, just like lockdown, like I can't make anything work mode that LeBron get into.
Yeah. Well, Kobe and LeBron, not Kobe and LeBron, Kobe and Jordan always wanted to take the last shot. Give me the ball in my hands. I want to take that last 3-point shot or take that long two. LeBron, for the first half of his career when he was in Cleveland the first time around, was, he wasn't opposed to taking the last second shot, but it wasn't, I don't think he was as confident. I don't think he could live with himself or deal with it. I think he was too self-conscious about missing it and not being cool with it. Whereas I think Kobe and Jordan are like, okay, let me shoot it. Oh, I missed. Hey, man, at least, hey, I got an open shot. I missed it. What can you do? Whereas LeBron's like, LeBron wants to make everybody happy all the time. He wants to be everyone's friend. If I'm going to take the last second shot, it's like I don't want to take the last second shot unless I'm going to make it. Oh, you want me to take the last second shot? Well, if I'm not going to make it, then I'm not going to take it. That type of mentality. And he can take over a game at the end. He did it last night, but they lost. But hell, he scored 20-something points last night in the fourth quarter just because everyone else was being sluggish. LeBron has the ability to take over games. It's just that I think when it comes to the last second shots, the game-winning shots, I think, LeBron is more hesitant because I think he's too self-conscious about the blowback about missing,
Fair enough. But what other NBA we got going on?
Warriors!
Loaded play!
Golden State Warriors are 20-0, man. It's never happened before.
20-0.
When
did that happen?
Huh?
I didn't even realize that happened.
Yeah, man. They're undefeated right now, 20-0. Everyone's talking about how great the Warriors are and all this shit, but I've watched a couple of the Warriors games, and the West. I don't think the West is as good as everyone thinks it is. I think the East is starting to come back. And one of the main reasons is defense. I think they play a lot better style of defense in the East than they do in the West. And I think you're seeing a reflection of that with the Warriors' undefeated streak right now, which, don't get me wrong, I think it's great. I think it's very impressive. But at the same time, though, there's a lot of finesse teams in the West right now that don't play that hard-nosed style of defense, Chicago Bulls are known to play. The Cavs play it. The Heat play some pretty good defense. So, I just think it's kind of I don't want to say it's tainted or put an asterisk next to it, but I think, if they played in the East, I think they would have lost by now. But
is Derrick Rose playing?
Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's actually playing?
Yeah, he's playing this year. He's not lighting it up, but he's doing all right.
He didn't get hurt yet?
Oh, dude, he's always hurt. He's got a busted pinky nail or something like that, or
I always make the joke like, hey, Derrick Rose, look at him riding the bench, but then I was really surprised he's playing. That's crazy, awesome, good for him.
Yeah, man, but he's probably got a stub toe or cold sore or
the herpes outbreak.
Yeah. He bit his tongue the other day, so he's not going to play. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's all I really got for NBA right now, though. I think as impressive as the Warriors look right now, it's December, man. Come talk to me when it's late April, man, when the playoffs start, and let's see how good you're playing then. And which by that time the Cavs will have Kyrie back, Shumpert back, and I think the Cavs. If the Cavs are healthy throughout the playoffs, there's no doubt in my mind they're going to win the title. So,
but good on you guys, winning 20. That's impressive to say the least. And Joe agrees. But
Who does?
Little Nico right there. He's over there agreeing with me.
Oh, totally, man. He's got all these. He's saying a bunch of comments right now, but can't really understand what he's saying. But
We'll get the translator in here. We'll get Brian, the dog translator, in here to help us.
yeah, yeah. Well, I remember that episode. But that's all I got for NBA. Major League Baseball. David Price signed a $200 million deal for the Red Sox. He's a pitcher. I think it's really stupid.
Hot dog.
Huh? Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
They're good.
7th inning stretch.
You'd eat one.
Baseball.
But yeah, David Price, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball right now. But his problem is he's never won a playoff game. He's been in the playoffs several times, never won a playoff game. He's even came out in the media after he's blown games in the playoffs. He did it this past year, saying how it kind of messes with me, the pressure, pitching in the playoffs, high stakes. And the Boston Red Sox are like, hey, let's give this guy who cracks under pressure $200 million. And he's a pitcher, which means he could throw his arm out, warming up, which is like, I hate these crazy big ass contracts that they give these pitchers, because it's like very rarely is it a sure thing that they're going to play the length of that contract out.
Once you top like the 120 mil mark, then like all your tendons loosen up and all your like the sinews in your muscle becomes twice as strong. And once you start getting, so now you're like 120 mil, that's when everything starts to loosen up. Then you get to 130 mil, and that's when like you get the extra like beefcakeness, and like if for a pitcher, all of his power goes into his arm. At 130 mil, like it's indestructible. And then like at 140 mil, he's got like the right crazy cap on. He's got all the good working. Anything past that is just, like icing on the cake, dude. The more money you spend, the longer your pitcher will last. It's a proven fact.
Yeah, I think history would disagree with you, but you should come up with like some kind of chart and like and have like a pointer like. Oh, here at 140 million, we have the beard belly appears, and
it's a direct causal freaking graph, man. You can chart it out, dude. It's
the
more money.
Graph charts, pie charts, however you want to do it, man. I think it would be pretty funny.
I'll come up with a presentation for you.
Yeah, but then and then there's another pitcher, Zach Greinke. He's 32. He signed a 7-year, $200 million contract with the Diamondbacks. Now, I do think Greinke, though, I don't think he'll be able to play the length of that contract out, but I think he will be more durable than David Price is. Greinke's got this take no prisoners attitude. He's a tough bastard, and he's had some injuries, but he was the most consistent pitcher last year in Major League Baseball. So, out of the two, I think Greinke will last more. So, but that's all I got for baseball.
Yes.
So. You got anything?
We've been off for so long. I don't think we got to talk about Ronda Rousey getting her ass kicked.
Dude, terrible.
Kicked. And then, but I felt I wanted her to continue to just like kick ass and take names, chew bubblegum, but I guess all good things come to an end.
Well, she's got to get her face reconstructed first, then she can. Start chewing bubble gum, but
oh man,
dude, that kick was brutal, man. In the second round, just Holly Holm just whipped that foot around and just boom right in the cheek.
Yep,
right in the kisser.
Right in the kisser.
Right in the kisser.
But that's all I got, man. I'm sorry, Rhonda. I was in your corner. I really was. I'm hoping you get backs on the rematch. Ronda.
Ronda Rousey. I know how to knock out Ronda Rousey. That's me being Bill Cosby.
I don't think anyone got that.
Okay.
No, it was good though.
Thanks.
That's all. That's all I got. That's all you got.
That's all I got.
All right, watch the Batman trailer, and
pretty sweet.
Watch some football. Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah, the new exit line. Mike created
That's right.
the
We'll
best.
do the new exit. Like, well, first drop, do all the name drops for all the sites and stuff.
All right. You can catch us at 3geeks.ninja. I'm not sure if we're still having our technical difficulties, but we have most of our podcasts uploaded there. You can catch us on iTunes, Stitcher, at 3Geeks Podcast. I think that's it.
All right.
We're on Instagram at 3Geeks Podcast, maybe also.
Yeah. Yeah. Check us out on YouTube and all that good stuff. Like our comments and all that good stuff. Like all our videos. Check out all our previous stuff. So all I got to say is go Bucks, go Tar Heels, go Stanford, go Florida Gators, and as always, may the sports be with you.